Hey guys, hope everyone's doing well. I'm just going to wait a few moments before I get started. If anyone out there has any problems hearing me at the moment, just give me a thumb down, or if you can hear me okay, give me a thumbs up. That goes out to Avril or Dean or Mitch or Ollie, and then it's online at the moment. Thanks, Ollie. Cheers for that. All good? Okay. Okay, guys, everyone can hear me okay? So let's get started right into the content. So just share the screen and we get into the slides straight off the bat. Okay, guys, so today's presentation is going to be on corporate wellness. Now, I've sort of gone full circle in relation to corporate wellness. At the very start, when I began to do corporate wellness, I'd go to a company as a personal trainer, early 20s, and the goal was to present to a company in the goal of potentially getting clients from it. So I did this for a number of years, and although it was relatively successful, you have to be very strategic about the companies that you go and present to, because ultimately you're trying to get those clients or those employees to become clients of yourself. So if they don't live in the same area, if they may not have the money possible to come and see a personal trainer, you've gone and done that presentation without actually getting any reward from it. Sometimes people do these presentations to make money, so obviously you can charge for these talks, or you can do them as lead generators to get clients in. But I sort of fell through this for a number of years, doing these presentations. Some companies I got a good few clients from, other companies I didn't. However, what I did then was I changed my offering at the end of these presentations. And what I did was I wouldn't necessarily look for personal training from these people. I'd look for what we call a satellite program, where these guys would listen to me talk about wellness or sleep enhancement or energy management or work-life balance or ergonomics, and then potentially they could come to see me once a month for nutrition, or once a month for a training program, or once a month for maybe athletic development or whatever it may be. So if you are going to do a corporate talk, there's multiple ways of doing this. So one way that I did in the past was going in at the very early stages, doing a talk in the hope of generating business for myself or for the ISI gyms. However, although that was profitable, it wasn't really cracking into the full thing. Then I was lucky enough to get an offer from a company that did it for their living. That's what they did. They offered corporate wellness to huge companies. So we did Microsoft, we did PayPal, we did eBay, we did nearly all the banks in Ireland. And I was with this company for about 6 years. And what we would do is go in and we'd assess the company, and then we would put together a program specific for them. And I learned through these trial and errors of putting an offer in, getting it coming back, putting what we thought was an ideal program in place, but didn't work for them. So the problem is, you might, as a coach or as a trainer or as a professional, put together a program that you think is going to be brilliant, but unfortunately the workload of the employees, the actual free time that they have, or the bandwidth that these guys have, isn't what we think it is. So the program that we deliver to these companies must be a solution to the challenges that they have. And that's where, for me, where the tires met the road. Then when I stepped away from that company, I started to do it myself. And this is now where I run a number of corporate wellness programs and help other coaches do these programs. So that's what we're going to cover today. Again, you can do it just to generate clients for yourself, for to come to your gym. You can do it to generate online clients. You can do it to generate clients for your company. You can do it to generate satellite programs. You can do it in a way to maybe be hired by these companies and charge top dollar to go in and do presentations. Or you might be someone that puts together programs and rolls out these programs on an ongoing basis, which is where I think the actual money is to be made. So just to let you know, guys, I will be running an offer on Black Friday. It's going to say to you now, anyone that needs to log off, that there's going to be 50% off all the courses, including my new corporate wellness certification, and the code is going to be CW50. So if you are interested in any of the courses on program design or the new certification on corporate wellness specialists, you can check that out. The offer is available till the end of next week. So corporate wellness specialist. So we're going to cover a lot of content here, but it is more information you're looking for. There will be more developed in the actual certification program, which you can check out on the website there below. So first of all, what is corporate wellness? So if you go in and you're talking about fitness and health and well-being, not everybody goes to gyms. So if you think about it, in Ireland, the stats are relatively small. Only 8% of the population are members of gyms or clubs for that matter. So that could be a GAA club, a soccer club, a health club. But when you're a trainer or a business owner, a gym owner, you're only appealing to the people that are interested in fitness, that are interested in maybe CrossFit or powerlifting or bodybuilding or losing weight or fitness, whatever it may be. But people that work in offices, people that are executives, that are accountants, solicitors, lawyers, graphic designers, whatever it may be, is they all still eat. They all still sleep. They all have to manage their time. They all have problems when it comes to time management. They all have problems when it comes to work-life integration. So for me, what I try and get across to everybody is that when it comes to corporate wellness, everybody's your potential audience. So when it comes to getting gym members, not everybody's a gym person. A lot of my friends don't go near gyms whatsoever. And during COVID, they may have got more into it. But when it comes to corporate wellness, every company is potentially a client of yours. So enhancing the workplace interaction, enhancing collaboration, enhancing someone's cognitive function, enhancing how proactive and how creative people are in the workplace, enhances their work, enhances the company, and enhances the whole environment. So you as a specialist, with the education, with the training that we'll cover on the course, but you already know this stuff. You guys are dealing with executives day in and day out. The only difference is that you might have someone in a semi-private training class. You might have someone in a group class. You might have someone on a one-to-one basis. But the actual delivery may change, but the information is the same. Improving someone's sleep, improving someone's time management, improving someone's decision making in relation to breakfast, lunch, and dinner, improving someone's hydration, improving someone's supplementation, making people more proactive when it comes to checking for mental health issues, blood chemistry problems, hormonal dysregulation. All these things you do as a coach, as a trainer, you're going to do it at a different scale. Now, when you deliver programs, the delivery has to be very specific. It's not that you're sitting down in a room there's already buy-in. I'm sure you guys have dealt with athletes before. When you tell an athlete what to do, generally they will comply, they will listen to it. If anything, they tend to overtrain or undereat or overeat. So there's certain parameters that you need to refine for athletes. When you have general pop coming in or stressed executives, the delivery is different. But when you deliver to a group of people, maybe that's in a company, maybe that's on a team building event, maybe that's for, an AGM that you're coming in to do a motivational talk when it comes to health and well-being. In my opinion, in the past, I've come in and done keynote presentations to 500 employees and maybe, let's say, for Microsoft, talking to 500 people at Microsoft for 50, 60 minutes. Will be motivational, will be inspirational, I hope, will engage the audience, which is essentially important in this realm of corporate wellness. But the impact is what we have to show. So just going in and doing an Anthony Robbins, motivate yourself, do the fire walk, doesn't change behaviors. So what we need to do is give people accountability. That's why, in my opinion, if you are going to go down the road of corporate wellness, that it's a complete plan. We listen to what the challenges are. We develop a plan and we deliver it over a time frame that allows the clients, the employees, the staff to have interaction with the coach, interaction with the specialist, to build a plan specific for them. So if you've got a female that has 3 or 4 kids, you've got someone that's working from home 2 days a week in the office, 3 days a week, they have to blend their approach. So your information, your instruction, your plan has to be specific to them. But the key thing I want to get across here is corporate wellness will be different for every company. How you deliver the information will be specific to what their challenges are. So for me, any company, any group, it could be like we've shared offices right beside the gym outside here. There's 4 or 5 of them now. There's 4 or 5 offices just beside us that they share the desks out because people are working from home more. People aren't necessarily traveling into the city centre. But then when people are working from home, how do they balance when they clock on, when they clock off? So your corporate wellness could be how to manage your time when you're working from home. And what we like to do is get people to get dressed, go into their office at home, do their work. On their lunch break, they leave the house. When they come back, they do their work. At the end of the day, they shower, they get changed, the laptop is closed. Because they want to Otherwise, it gets too grey. They're starting emails before breakfast. They're answering emails, getting back to people around dinner time, and then it blurs the line at home, and it had a bigger impact on your work-life balance. So, key thing here, number one, corporate wellness will be specific to every different company. The key thing that you need to do is listen to what they're looking for, and then put together a program specific for them. Next, we're going to look at is why even look into it. And this is the key thing when you're a gym and you're relying on membership, or you're relying on personal training clients, or you're relying on filling your semi-private training class. You're always numbers orientated. And unfortunately, in this industry, there's a lot of gyms open up that are €20 a month or €30 a month, or unlimited classes. There's always going to be gyms that have more facilities than yours. There'll be swimming pools and maybe tennis courts and ice baths and all these things. What has been shown to show the test of time is professionalism, is engagement, is personality. People don't buy into a program, they buy into the people. So you as the expert, you as a team of people around you, what you're offering to these corporate companies is you're offering your expertise. You're their coach in the corner. I had a guy recently, he's over in Montreal, and he's getting a program across the line for a big company called KPMG. And we were talking about having the coach in the corner. And what I mean by that is you don't necessarily have to talk to the coach constantly, but he's in the corner. The same way people have health insurance. They don't rely on their health insurance all the time. I hope they don't, but they know they have the security of it being in the corner. So if you approach these companies and ask them, what are you doing from a corporate wellness point of view? Find out what they're doing, and then say, how has that impacted? How has that improved the bottom line of the company in relation to morale, collaboration, absenteeism, creativity? How is the workplace environment? So if they can't answer those questions, maybe they don't have markers to do that in place, but maybe that's something that you bring to the table. But the key thing is, as a gym owner, as a trainer, as a coach, we're always bound down to the number of sessions, number of clients, number of people getting in the door. But again, that's that 8% of the people, particularly in Ireland, that go to gyms. But if you diversify your business, you're still selling the same thing. You're still selling education, coaching, accountability, one-to-one information, your consultations, your support. But you're doing it to people that may not be gym people. And just because someone isn't a gym person doesn't mean they're a bad person. My brother never goes to the gym. He plays football 4 or 5 times a week. He's a football fanatic. But the fact is, he can still learn from nutrition. He can still learn ergonomics. He can still have a flexibility program. He would still do maybe a yoga class online. He still might go for a massage once a month. So you as a corporate wellness specialist can put together a corporate wellness program for anybody. And the key thing is, the more a company is seen to do for their staff, the more engagement, the more support they're giving towards them, the better the staff are going to be, the longer they're going to stay with that company, and the more productive they're going to be. But for you, and this point here is, we need to diversify. If COVID showed us anything, that we need to have an agile system. Our companies need to be flexible enough to say, okay, well, this is my personal training branch of the company. This is my membership branch of the company. This is maybe my supplement sales point of the company. This is my outdoor or outside teaching fee, and this is my corporate wellness program. By having these different branches of the company, they're all the same thing. I'm not saying to have loads of different businesses. I'm just saying the delivery of your expertise, how you present your team, will not only be just in the weight room, but also maybe in these corporations around your company, around your gym, or even it could purely be online. I'm not a huge fan of doing it purely online, but again, it'll depend on the company that you approach. And one of the things I say to all coaches that go into this field, if you were just to get your phone right down and list down 10 of your top clients, I can guarantee you at least 50% of those people have connections or contacts or friends in top companies close to your gym, or close to your facility, or close to where you train people, that you can reach out to these people with a bit of a virtual introduction and start the wheel going, start the process going. And by knowing that and showing some of the wealth of your knowledge, your experience, and your expertise to go to a company, they will really lock into what you offer. And if they don't, that's good, because if they're not interested in what you have to offer, they may not be people that would follow on the plan in the first place. But again, doing this multiple times for many years, now over 16 years of delivering corporate wellness programs, it's a real positive asset to you, to your growth as a professional in the industry, but also a secondary income for supplement sales, secondary income for increased personal training, semi-private training, and then you're seen as the go-to coach, not only from an athletic point of view, from a general pop, to the executive health, but also from corporate wellness. Next, what we have is how do you develop and deliver a program? Now, I have tons of templates, and during the certification, I'll show you the ins and outs of how to put it together, fully. However, the key thing to get across is don't go in with a plan saying we're going to hit sleep, low carb diet, real food diet, cooking breakfast, training 3 times a week. What you do is you go in and you listen. You ask the employees, what are your challenges at the moment? What does the average day look like for you when you work from home? What's an average day look like for you when you're in the office? What's the environment in the office? What's your schedule in the office? Is there food supplied in the office? What are the conditions of the chairs? When did you have your last ergonomic assessment? What is your health care company? Is it VHI? Is it Leia? Is it one of these other companies? And then find out what plan they're on, and then find out the details of what's included in the plan. Because what we want to do is complement what they're already getting. So, for example, one of the companies I work for, they have a really high plan with a company called VHI. And in that VHI package, they get mental health support, they get consultation, they get counseling, they get cognitive behavioral therapy, all of which they didn't know. They also get an app called Headspace, which is a great mindful app, great meditation app that over 50% of the staff didn't even know they did get. So by me finding out what's offered by the program, I can implement it and integrate it into the program that I'm delivering across to them. Then ask them, well, if this plan was to put in place, how would it be delivered in the best way possible for your employees and your staff to engage in it without being a hassle? We've all bought stuff online that we shouldn't have bought. I'm a sucker for buying books that I don't need to buy. And the reason why I bought these books is it's been so easy to buy it. So when you make something super easy for somebody, they'll fall into it rather than falling away from it. So for example, you say to them, it's a 20-minute talk. Every Wednesday, we're going to do a 20-minute talk on wellness. And then maybe it's 10 minutes of you talking about the benefits of sleep hygiene or the benefits of breakfast. And then maybe what I like to do is I have what's called a lunch and learn. Then I go for lunch. And if anyone has any question, they can come over to my table and ask me any question they want. So by bringing down the barrier of, oh, it's not a big hour presentation. Oh, I don't have to log online. Oh, I can just sit there for 20 minutes, listen to this guy and go. It could be a coffee break. We also did what's called walking Wednesdays, where we'd actually go every Wednesday, go for a walk after lunch. We all know the benefit of, postprandial inflammation after a meal, managing blood sugar, but also cognition. So for me, I would walk with the staff after lunch. They would ask me questions about whatever they wanted. What that allows me to do is to find out what their challenges are, to find out what their questions are. So then when I refine the program moving forward, I made it very specific to that niche of people. The same way on the certification program, it's developmental. I have 80% of the content done every module, but there's 20% of it that can be, gone in different directions based off the questions. So we deliver an hour webinar on all the information in relation to presentations, proposals, integration, what topics to cover, what content to cover. Then people that enroll in the certification watch the webinar live or whenever they want. They've got 2 weeks. Then they submit their own questions. I answer the questions. I send out another video. They watch in their own time. Why? Some guys are in New Zealand. Some guys are in Saudi Arabia. I got guys in Azerbaijan watching. So all these different countries, they can watch it. They can do the tasks then in a 2-week time frame. They can see the PDF support. So it's developmental. When you deliver a program, like I'm delivering this corporate wellness specialist program, it has to be specific to the people. If I say to you it's going to be 10 hours a day for 10 weeks, it's not attainable with the current demand that you have. The same way when you deliver your corporate wellness program, it must be short, concise, not bogged down with science. And what we call it the caveman question. If a caveman's seeing your message, will you understand it? It can't be, yes, put all your references in. Yes, put all your citations in. Yes, certify everything that's scientifically valid. However, it doesn't have to be a slide full of 10,000 words. Straight to the point. Sleep is important. It's the low-hanging fruit. Hydration is essential. These are what food should be on your plate. These are what macronutrients and micronutrients are. These are what shopping lists look like. Where do you go shopping? Here's a sample shopping list. Where do you go for lunch or dinner or breakfast? Well, then let's go through the menus and educate you on the best decision to make in those situations. But if you just tell people information for information's sake, it's not relative, it's not retained, and it's not actionable. The most important thing for me when it comes to information is that it's actionable. It's knowledge applied that's powerful. So again, the guys that just joined in late, we're covering different topics in relation to how to assess how you can integrate corporate wellness into your company and how you can upskill yourself to get there. Next, we're going to talk about how can I help you diversify your business. So I'm sure you have quotas and targets and of each one of your personal training, semi-private, and membership coming into your gym. By having this corporate wellness aspect or branch to your company allows you to feel like a little funnel to all the different avenues. It could be supplement sales, it could be one-to-one programming, and they don't live in the area. It could be them coming to you once a month for a body composition, for a different program, for nutritional evaluation, and then off they go for 4 to 6 weeks on their own. Then it could be a team. Like if you're going out and you're talking to corporations all the time, how you deliver this program could be very easy, rebranded and restructured to deliver to a local football team or a soccer team or a basketball team. But the skills you'll get from presenting to companies, the skills you get from your slides, your presentations, your reporting, your teaching, your coaching, it's huge. And you do this all the time in the gym. And I see guys all the time doing consultations on the gym floor. Hey, how's your nutrition going? How was your sleep last night? Where in the office, when you sit down in a consultation room, you get much more buy-in with a client. And the more and more you do this, it will show that there's a lot more breadth in the gyms than people think. A lot of people it's trendy now to be in the gym. So by having this corporate wellness branch, whether that be one soft talks, whether that be maybe a 2-month delivery of nutrition or corporate wellness once every Wednesday for 2 months, or other companies we do it ongoing. It's an ongoing. We supervise the gym, we've yoga in the gym, we've massage in the gym, and they're all offered the employees 3 days a week. So no matter how you want to put this program together, it can be easily slotted into your current fitness model because there's a big demand for it. But for some reason, people feel that if you don't want to go to the gym, that you're not interested in health and fitness. And there's a lot of marketing out there. There's a lot of Instagram influencers out there giving people false information. And to be honest with you, it's not necessarily false, but it's not specific to the person. So if someone wants to go keto, or someone wants to go low carb, or if someone wants to do intermittent fasting, it's situation dependent. And when you're an expert and you can sit down in front of one person and say, you know what, you've got history of low blood sugar, you've got low thyroid function, intermittent fasting may be not for you. But on Instagram, you can't do that. On a big talk to 50 people, you can't do that. But on a one-to-one situation, you can. So by talking in front of these corporate wellness companies, you as a company talking to these companies, it will allow you the skill set to refine that ability and then leverage your expertise not only in the weight room but in your consultation room, for your online consultations, for your one-soft talks, for your 2-month programs, or for your annual support. So the possibility of this industry is huge. You just need you to assess it, to upskill yourself and add it into your company, and you're not competing with anybody else. And the one thing I would say, if you look at your memberships now, as I said, you will have a partner or an owner or somebody really high up in the business that will open the door for you. And maybe this is the situation where you go in and you do your flagship presentation, your keynote presentation. I can help you do that. But when you do those presentations, you're not going in there to wow them with all you know. You're going in there to listen to them and give them solutions to their challenges. Because I've probably said a lot of information here so far this morning, but there's a few things that you probably have resonated with because it was a question that you had in your own mind. So I've lucky enough to have presented for many years, and at the end of the talk, I ask people questions and I say to them, what did you learn today? And they'll give you 1 or 2 things that they've learned. And the key thing that they've learned is that what they've gone in to learn. I've probably talked about lots of different stuff, but the key thing that they were interested in, they remembered. So when you start to find out what people want to know, then you can, tailor your presentation to answer the questions that they have. And to be honest, there isn't that, it's not a huge, vast, wide width of information. And if there is, that's what I've done is, I've got a physician, I've got an osteopath, I've got a breathwork guy, I've got a sauna guy, an ice tub guy. I've got these guys that will come in, not because I don't necessarily know the information, I know some of it, I don't know it all, but changing faces, having presenter fatigue, and having different people in your team or your arsenal will allow you to grow, not only from an educational point of view, but from a career point of view. And that's my next point here, career growth. In this industry, so many people focus on sets and reps and tempo and anatomy and carbohydrates and vitamins and minerals. And then when people get a good grasp of that, then they go functional medicine or hormones or peptides. Yes, I get that. But I know some of the most educated guys in the world, from hormones to peptides to anatomy to physiology to strength training. But it doesn't necessarily mean they're good business people. Good business people understand that good business systems and good business practices and being strategic and looking towards the future will allow you to sustain your business. So in this health and fitness and wellness world, we have to open our margin, open our niche to not just people that go to the gym. Some people will not get out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to the gym. Some people will not finish work at 6 o'clock at night and go to the gym. But just because those people don't do that doesn't mean they can't have the interest, the desire, and want to listen to someone like you guys. So by you putting together a program, maybe just a once-off webinar for the guys, maybe just a once-off lunch and learn, maybe just a once-off in-practice team building event. But that one event will grow and grow. You'll get the credibility and the respect of that company that you may offer it going on for 2 months. Or what I did for one company, a company in Ireland called AIB, it's a bank. I did one program 6 weeks long for the mortgage department. And then once the mortgage department did it and the happiness and the work-life integration improved so much, we did it then for the actual branches. We went from branch to branch running the same program. So you could run it with a group of 20 people and then the next 20 people and rotate it from floor to floor, obviously in the office or whatever it may be. But try to look outside the box. Fitness, health, nutrition, well-being, flexibility, mobility, ergonomics, work-life balance, sleep enhancement, hormonal health, ice therapy, intermittent fasting, whatever the common interests are. Don't allow people to be going to Instagram to get their messages. Let them see a true expert standing in front of them, an expert that has a team behind them or behind him or her, a team that has the knowledge, the wealth, the breadth, the online support, the certifications, and then the possibility of sending off to other professionals. Like, I'm going to send you to this personal trainer. I'm going to send you to this osteopath. I've got a great guy when it comes to sleep apnea. I've got a perfect guy when it comes to hormonal imbalance. You don't have to be the expert, but you can be the go-to person to refer them on to. But getting in front of these companies, showcasing what you can actually do, can leverage not only financially, but increase the viability and the constant growth of your company. And for me, these companies have the revenue to do that. When they can see the investment in their money, investing in their staff, and investing in the growth of the company, the finances are there to do that. So it can be quite a profitable thing to do. We can talk more about monies. If you guys are putting a proposal together, feel free to shoot me an email. You can jump on and talk about it. So again, I know there's a lot of information. I don't want to bog people down, but the enhancing corporate wellness into your health and fitness and coaching business, for me, is just a must. I've seen the trajectory of how things have gone. I see how people now are working from home more. I see how companies are trying to retain better staff and increase productivity. So if this is something that you are interested in, starting on the 9th of December, it's going to run till the 2nd of March. It's pretty much every 2 weeks that we're going to do a module. I have a bit of a break around Christmas to start in January. All the dates are on the website. Check it out there. There is a 50% discount off, guys. It's going to end the end of November. So if you are interested, get on board straight away. If you do know other guys that are interested in it, please do send on the link to them. For me, it's not about doing it on your own. It's about having a team of people around you that could support you if you do go down this line. And because it's going to be financially very beneficial, having a guy that I've got a yoga girl that I use, I've got an osteopath that we use that is phenomenal. But having this breadth of people in your network, you don't necessarily make money off that, but you refer them on. But then they know that if I go to Owen with a back problem, he'll know someone to send it to. Or if I've got a bad chair or having my ergonomics assessment done, Owen's going to know that. So become the go-to person. We're building a team of experts, building a team of faculty that have the education, you can become the corporate wellness specialist. It'll take time, take a small bit of investment in money and in your own time, with the reward you'll get to your business, but the longevity. This is something that you could do with any company, in any location. It doesn't have to be near to your gym. I'm sure you'll have some contacts from your members already. On the website, guys, you feel free to use the 50% discount on the strongman courses. I've also got courses in relation to semi-private training, which gives you a whole year of programs. So if you have a semi-private gym and you want to make better systems, and that's the key thing, better systems make better service for your clients, get better returns all the time. So feel free to use that discount on any of the courses on the website whatsoever. Again, the code is corporate wellness or CW50. Okay, guys, thank you so much. For all the guys that haven't joined us live, I'm going to send you a copy of the webinar. Plus, this webinar will be free on the actual page for to become a corporate wellness specialist. So, guys, if you do have any questions, please give me an email. And what I'll do is I'll do a video and stick it up on Instagram for answering any questions you do have. I appreciate your time, your interest, and have a great day, guys. Thank you so much.